Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Luigi's Mansion. I'm Tyler.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Josh.
And in this episode, we're continuing off with Area 4, or technically we're starting it, more or less, because we technically still haven't... Actually, we have. I don't know. But right now we're in this, I think it's the wine cellar, I don't know. I think that's what it's
So
called.
what kind of areas are in Area 4? What kind...
Basically the basement areas and the roof areas.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to be walking back and forth a lot. Oh yeah, and we're on the roof.
Yay.
Speedy Spirit.
See
Hey,
you,
I
Luigi.
thought you said you didn't care about Speedy Spirit.
If they pop up while I'm playing the game, then sure.
Luigi was
just
defying
taking the
gravity
lazy
before
way out.
Mario.
Luigi did it before Galaxy. And Sonic did it before Luigi. Also, I think I missed most of that money. Yeah, I did. That's disappointing.
It's kind of weird that people always say Lost World's ripping off Galaxy, but Galaxy was ripping off Mad Space from Adventure 2.
Although Galaxy did do it a lot better.
Yeah, but still, it's not like Mario was the first. It's not like Nintendo was the first one to invent the concept in a platformer.
I was going to say, in the Ratchet and Clank games, they had, spherical levels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. I know in the first one it did, with the magnet boots at one point. But I've only played the first one.
Whenever I think magnet boots, I think of Twilight Princess with the iron boots.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like that.
Walking on
Yeah.
the roof and all that, except for a lot quicker.
Yeah,
Could you...
pretty much the exact same.
I was going to say, in the future games, you get the gravity boots in Ratchet and Clank. And they essentially let you move a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Buripedes. What's that a reference to, actually?
Archimedes?
Yeah, it's Nintendo.
Buripedes.
And then it goes into a room I can't get into.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the boos in this area will do that, and you'll have to go all over the mansion to find them.
Yep. And let me guess, you don't cut any of it out.
I do.
Walking between the mansions.
I do, actually. A lot of the boos I actually get lucky with and stay in the area. That's why the parts are a bit long, but they actually do. And, but the final part has, it's 30 minutes long, but it would be, 40 minutes long if I left it all in. I only catch 2 boos in that time, too. Because I had to look all over the mansion. And never mind, I won't tell you what happens in that. I'll just leave that for when we get to that part.
Yeah.
Why am I stopping? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Sometimes when I stop mid-game, though, I always think, I forgot to cut something out or something.
Yeah.
Also, oddly enough, this area still hasn't been lit up. So technically that area is part of Area 4, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The mansion's kind of oddly set up here,
yeah, it's really annoying because, if you get a key in the basement, it unlocks a door on the, top floor. But then if you get one on the top floor, it'll unlock something in the basement. So you just have to keep going back and forth, and it takes forever.
Actually, at this point in the game, the rest of the stuff that we're going to be doing is on the roof, and some of the, some bonus content on the other floors. But that's about it. I don't think we do anything more in the basement until after we're done all the stuff on the 3rd floor and the roof.
Yeah. So this is not the optional room. You can just open all the big chests and then get a
huge cash reward.
Skeletons. Yeah. It's basically, it's not required at all.
It's not required, but it's helpful.
Yeah. Lights up the room and gets you some muns.
Mm-hmm.
And a boo. So.
Mm-hmm. By the way, you know that jewel we got with the plant?
Yeah.
That same thing happens. We get another one of those if we collect all the boos.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that you want to pay attention to with the last boo, and I think I show it off with that. With the last boo, you know how it asks to save after every boo fight?
Yeah.
Don't save on the last boo, because after you save, you technically still haven't collected the jewel.
Well, save, collect the jewel, then save again.
No, don't do that, because if you save after you beat the boo, but you collect the jewel and you don't get to save after you collect the jewel, you lose that jewel.
Yeah, I said save after collecting the jewel at a toad.
Oh, okay.
You can save. It's not a matter of saving or not when you get the boo. It's a matter of saving after.
Yeah, but if you do save when you get the boo and your power goes out, is what I mean. If the power goes out after you save after getting the boo, but you don't get to a toad in time, you're going to lose that diamond.
Well, if you don't save and don't get to a toad in time, you're going to lose that diamond plus any progress you've done before saving before that point. So
Yeah, but I'd rather lose all my progress that I've made than lose that diamond I worked so hard to get. Also, Luigi's just as confused as I was with that doll there.
Yeah.
I forget what I'm supposed to do here. What you're supposed to do is turn on all the clocks in the room.
Yep. By humping them.
And then we'll get to one of the more annoying portrait ghosts to get. Technically ghosts, but I'll call it a portrait ghost because it's all in one portrait. I think the blue one is the one that actually matters to your rank, though. What you gotta do is vacuum up their spinny rotator thingies. And
winds.
The wind, yes. The winds, and then that's how you suck them up. The blue one's the only one that matters for the rank, though.
Yeah,
Or the red
so
one.
it's best
I
to
don't
take out
remember.
the other one so they can't like punch you while you're getting the blue one because you want to get the gold on the blue one. Which Tyler doesn't do because, again,
I don't really care.
yeah.
Sort of. Actually, I kind of did care. I feel a little bit excited whenever I do.
Yep.
You also don't want to get backed into a corner with these guys because their friends will hit you with their cork guns, and that's no fun. But here I get lucky and he keeps missing me. It's one of the more a lot of the boos and the portrait ghosts here are really annoying. The only portrait ghosts that I like here are the optional ones because they're easy to get. Like Jarvis, he's probably the easiest boo to portrait ghost to capture.
No. Like, the first portrait ghost is pretty easy, and the Madame Clairvoyant...
I mean, like, later on in the game.
Oh, so it's like the easiest for the fourth area.
Yeah. And he also hardly ever puts up a fight. The only fight you have to do is, you gotta have ice on you, but they give you ice in that room, so...
Yeah.
Just make sure you have ice on you, and you should have that boss fight in the yeah.
Also, I don't think we mentioned this yet, if you hear the boo, like, chuckle, that means it's moved to a different, item. It's in the room.
Yeah.
Like, to hide in, so, yeah.
You're gonna want to listen for that noise.
And another
here,
300 HP one.
Here's the problem with the boos that everyone has. They have 300 HP, and they always go into other areas. And, what's that?
What's what?
Were you watching the screen at all? Look at that. Look at that baby head. And Luigi wants one of them. And this is probably one of the creepier rooms in the mansion, actually. Just with some of the things that you see. Also, apparently one of the boos that I was chasing after wound up in here. I don't know when, but they did.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will actually do that and you won't ever notice. I think this is technically the boo that was it was in the third area. It was from the safari room. Which, actually, now that I remember something, the safari room used to have a boss fight in it.
Oh yeah, there was a scrap boss fight in it.
Yeah, one of the portrait ghosts was supposed to be one of those a hunter that was from the safari,
Yeah.
and he wants to mount your head on one of the things on his wall, and that's how that's your initiative to fight him.
Yeah. But it got scrapped because Luigi, the concept of Luigi getting his head chopped off and guns. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's much for kids.
Yep.
Also, I have no idea where that boo went, so I'm just gonna head on my merry way.
Yeah.
Also, one thing, because I've ran out of things to talk about at this point. One thing that's different about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon and this game is that in Dark Moon they keep the boos inside the same room that you found them in.
Oh, well, that sounds handy.
Yeah, and they also changed how you fight the boos as well.
Yeah, it's a little weird though.
What you have to do is vacuum up the boo, and you'll have to wait till the meter on the side is fully charged. You hit A, and he'll launch all over the room.
Yeah. I like the boos better in this game because I like the reward you got more, and I like the way you killed them. Because they were
what
like,
do you get with
they were
the
just-
what do you get from the boos actually in Dark Moon?
If you get all the boos in a mansion, you get the extra mission, which is just a ghost rush.
Oh, okay.
You know, do you have any of those missions unlocked?
No, I never bothered with it because I didn't know what I would get from it.
Oh, it's nothing special. It's just basically like a mission where ghosts randomly appear in each room, and you just have to clear them all out in a certain amount of time. So, yeah.
Also, I evaporated that ghost to death. Ugh. Yeah, this game kind of gets repetitive at some points.
But any game does really.
Not all games. Some don't. Sometimes, but that's kind of a bad thing at some points.
Yeah, because a game is just one type of gameplay with a bunch of levels within it, pretty much. So
That's how I prefer games to be. But I prefer them to use that gimmick that they have in that game and run with it and try different things with it.
yeah, I know, which they do, but I mean, like, it has to get repetitive at one point because there's only so much you can do
I guess.
in any game, really.
Is Jeff, is Sonic Lost World repetitive at all?
Difficult to say. There are gimmicks, but for example, do you know the cylinder levels you see in the promo material?
Yes.
They seem very similar to each other.
Oh, really? Like the first level in the game is what you mean, or
Yeah.
the underground? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that would be kind of similar. Well,
But I haven't really noticed
That's-
too much. So, I guess it's not really that repetitive.
okay. What I've heard of Lost World is actually pretty good so far, and that the reviewers didn't know what they meant.
I honestly think the reviewers didn't know there was the spin dash because they kept saying like Sonic was really slow, but they never and they mentioned like that with one trigger you can go into run mode, but they never mentioned that if you press down both triggers you go into spin dash mode, and none of the footage contained the spin dash. So I'm just guessing they didn't know how to do that.
One thing that happened is that the guy, someone else, that the guy that did the review was someone who hasn't played the game before.
Ah, yeah. Because I noticed the positive articles looking forward to it were written by somebody else.
And actually, one of the guys who was writing the articles before was actually talking about how much fun Sonic Lost World was with how much speed it had too, on IGN's website.
Yeah, and then like the reviews like no speed. I was like, what?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I actually think one of the articles said something like it's a good thing that Sonic's slowing down
Oh yeah.
because it's more platformy. But
Yeah, speed kind of gets annoying sometimes. Too much speed, it kind of ruins it a bit, I think, sometimes in Sonic.
Yeah, because Sonic Unleashed felt really automated, like the HD version on the day stages.
I would say the Wii version's pretty automated too.
Yeah, they're both automated, but I've mostly played the HD version because the Wii version is just too much werehog, way too much werehog.
It do. Well, the levels are shorter for the werehog, but they give like 3 or 4 right after each other.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's like Act 1 day stage, Okay, that's good. And Act 1, another act, Act 2, werehog stage. Okay, Act 3, werehog stage. Okay. Is Act 4 gonna be day stage? Act 4, werehog stage. What?
Act 5, werehog stage.
It's like 4 times more werehog than Sonic, and it's just
Yeah.
We're not playing God of War, we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Have you guys ever played Dante's Inferno?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so it's only my friend that's ever played that game then.
Is that like a spin-off of Devil May Cry?
No, it's not made by Capcom, it's made by EA. The same guys who made Dead Space. It's basically, it takes gameplay elements from, God of War, but it runs with the Dante's Inferno book, sort of.
I'm looking at the promo footage of Dante's Inferno. I think I played.
It's actually pretty good game.
So whereas Kratos beat up the Greek gods, Dante beats up angels and demons.
Technically, yes. The story's kind of random. Like, out of context when I was actually quite a bit younger, so maybe the story's not as random as I remember it. But it's kind of, Dante was out fighting some guys, and all of a sudden, these guys decide to just ransack his girlfriend, and that's how that game goes, from what I remember.